Oh, Disney, you silly bird, you. You just keep stepping on rakes all over the place and making bad headlines for yourselves, at least with your park business. The movie business is kind of hit or miss. The TV business is hit or miss, like with Disney Plus. Although I just did read a story that in Q1 of this year already, they lost like thousands and thousands of subscribers, which does something like Netflix is kind of like a drop in the bucket. But for something like Disney Plus that has been barely hanging on for years now, literally ever since launching, that's pretty bad. But today we're talking about the parks and how they keep effing up over and over. They have embarrassed themselves repeatedly with things like renovations that took too long and are for naught because they'll renovate something. It'll look like crap half the time. And even if it doesn't look like crap, it won't function like it's supposed to.
Not great, Bob.
They've been laughed at. I did a story a while ago where they opened a gift shop for the Haunted Mansion, and it just looks like a shack. Like, not even like a spooky shack, just like we ordered something and slapped it together, kind of, like they wheel in the walls and they kind of put up this little box of a shack. It doesn't go with the Haunted Mansion at all.
There's a shed.
Since they changed Splash Mountain into Tiana's Bayou Adventure, it has been not working properly. Nobody wants to see it. There have been controversies over the use of voodoo and not using voodoo and whatever. It's just one thing after another. And now Epcot has, they put in these lights in the ground that aren't working properly. There are dark areas where people are hurting themselves because it's new areas of the park and it's dark and people can't see what the hell's going on. Plus it's crowded. They completely botched their 4th of July celebration this last year where they had one or two things. The fireworks display lasted for 2 minutes and just it's one laughable thing after another. Plus, the biggest issue is nobody can afford to go.
Help me, I'm poor.
Now, who goes to Disney World? Yeah, you got the Disney adults, but it's families. Giant families have always supported Disney World and Disneyland more than anybody else on the planet. That's where they make the bulk of their money, is like a family of 5 or a family of 6 coming in, and they're paying quite a bit of money, not only on the tickets, but they're paying for your food, they're paying for your merchandise, they're paying for anything extra while they're there, but they're screwing it up, and they can't seem to figure it out, and yet the dude who's currently in charge of their parks, they're talking about when Bob Iger steps down at the end of, I think, this year, he's going to retire, they're talking about promoting this idiot to run the whole shebang for Disney.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
Okay, whatever, Disney. Keep on keeping on, I guess. But we'll get into all of it with nobody being able to afford anything and Epcot literally falling apart on people.
Not good. Believe me, not good.
I am Troy for Marks on Media, and if you could please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell to be notified every time I post brand new content. Now, let's get into the stories.
Marks on Media.
We're heading to that park place for this one. Walt Disney's dream dies as middle-class families are priced out of Walt Disney World vacations. Cost rises while value diminishes. Yeah, I've said this before. I even recently got a raise at my job and a promotion, and my wife makes decent money. Even if we cut every corner that we possibly could throughout the year, it would be extremely hard to save up enough money to justify going to Disney World, just the two of us. And we haven't even, because we want to adopt a kid in the next year. We don't even have a kid yet. And we're like, oh man, I don't know if I can afford that. No wonder my parents saved up until I was 14 to go for the first time. A family of 4 back in 2004. And that was still expensive as hell. It's only gone up since then, ridiculously so.
Ridiculous.
Once upon a time, a Disney World trip was a dream vacation for middle-class American families. Now, due to Walt Disney World cost increases, it's increasingly looking like an exclusive getaway for the ultra-rich or those willing to take on financial ruin for a few days of nostalgia. Yeah. By the way, it has not kept up with Universal Studios. Universal Studios, they've raised a couple of prices, but they also give you more bang for your buck. They've been adding on. They've been giving you more quality for your money. So Universal Studios is beating them out now. Which before I was like, oh, I really want to go to Disney World. If I see Universal Studios, whatever, cool. If not, no big deal. Now it's the other way around. Like, I really want to go to Universal. If I go to Disney, whatever. I don't care. But recent reporting from Fortune highlights just how far Disney's pricing has spiraled out of control, with peak ticket prices reaching a staggering $194 per person per day before taxes. And I don't think that's the park hopper either. That's probably one park per day. For a family of four, a single day at the park now costs $766 without factoring in lodging, food, or the upcharges Disney has tacked on to previously included benefits. Yeah, like the lightning lane and stuff like that, if you don't want to wait for 5 hours to get on a ride. Although with the lowering attendance, it's not going to be that big of a wait, and it hasn't been recently, but still. More expensive, less magical. While the price of the Disney vacation has soared, the value of that vacation has plummeted, like I just talked about. Featuring features that were once part of the package: Fast Pass ride reservations. I did that last time in 2016 when I got married. Free airport shuttles, resort perks like extra magic hours, and even daily turn-down service have all been stripped away, only to be replaced by expensive upcharges. Of course. At one point, Disney marketed these offerings as free, but in reality, their costs were simply baked into the overall vacation price. The difference now? They're gone, but the price keeps rising. Guests are paying more while getting less, creating a stark contrast between what Disney once was and what it has become.
This is crap!
Disney's caste system, paying for privilege. Nowhere is the shift more apparent than in Disney's new tiered experience model. Skip-the-line perks were once included in the cost of the Disney World trip. With Fast Pass, you would, and by the way, you'd only get like 4, I think, a day. You get 4 of those per day, so you're not like just using it over and over and over. If you wanted more, I think you could get them, but you had to pay. But you got like 4 free ones per day. Not anymore. However, they now come with a hefty price tag. The Lightning Lane Multi-Pass costs up to $40 per person per day, while individual Lightning Lanes for top-tier attractions like Tron or Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind can run up to $15 per ride.
That's a lot of nuts!
Good grief. Extended park hours are no longer a benefit for all Disney Resort guests. Only those staying at the highest tier deluxe resort, which can cost over $1,000 a night, can access extended evening hours without a hefty price tag. We got to stay. Like, we went in and they closed the park, but we were still able to hop on a couple of rides after hours. Dining reservations and mobile ordering have turned into a competitive sport, requiring guests to either plan every meal months in advance or risk limited options. These charges have transformed Disney into a park where those who pay more get a vastly superior experience, while those who don't are left with long lines, restricted access, and an overall diminished sense of magic.
Garbage.
Beyond just the financial burden, Disney's new structure forces visitors to constantly manage their experience through an app, which is bullcrap. I just want to put the phone away and enjoy my time. Lightning Lane reservations require a designated member of the group to spend the entire day glued to their phone, coordinating ride access and meal times instead of just enjoying the park. The spontaneity and ease that once defined a Disney vacation are gone, replaced by a stress-induced system that nickel and dimes families at every turn.
Trash!
I just talked about this where we had the Fast Pass last time we went, and there was a map on your phone as well. Not that I didn't use that, I used it a lot, but the thing was I didn't have to be like constantly on the phone. I just set it, and I remember the time, and I'm like, oh, look at the time to be at such and such ride, and we can walk right through and get on it. That was not that way. It's not that way now, where you just have to plan out and micromanage every little part of your day. And that's bullcrap. Nobody wants to do that when you go to Disney World, man. You want to be able to enjoy yourself, and like I said, the spontaneity and everything. But that's gone.
Let's just all have a good time.
They can't get their crap together, literally. Epcot ceiling collapses over guest walkway in same area as recent sewage leak. Yeah, I talked about this in a story a little while ago where Frontierland, they blocked off a big portion of it because it just smelled like sewage, and that went through any surrounding areas of Frontierland, so you just smelled rotten turd while you're walking through Disney World. Lovely, lovely stuff. It seems trouble continues to brew at Epcot in the Land Pavilion, just weeks after a sewage leak forced the temporary closure of Soarin' Around the World and flooded parts of the pavilion. A new issue has emerged. This time, a section of the ceiling in the Soarin' queue has collapsed over a guest walkway. Good God. The direct aftermath, complete with a stunned cast member observing the wreckage, can be viewed in the player below. Oh, let's see. Is it going to play? Oh, there it is. Oh, my damn. Yeah, good thing they didn't fall completely and bust somebody in the freaking head. Good grief. Like, hey, we have an emergency. Clean up in aisle 5. My God.
This right here is bullshit.
The alarming development has left many questioning the overall maintenance and safety of the structure. Ceiling collapse in Epcot Soarin' queue. Repairs are currently underway on the affected section of the ceiling, which collapsed over a walkway frequently used by guests. According to reports, the damaged area spans approximately 2 to 3 feet in width and 15 to 20 feet in length. Fortunately, no injuries were reported, and despite the damage, both the Lightning Lane and Standby queue remain operational, with no changes to the ride experience at this time. And there you see it. That's from the video earlier. That looks pretty freaking heavy, man. That falls on somebody. That's a hospital visit. Oh my God. The collapse area near the start of the queue, just beyond the all concourse sign in the airport-themed waiting area. So at this point, Disney has not provided an explanation for the incident, and it remains unclear what caused the ceiling to give way. However, the fact that that this occurred in close proximity to the recent sewage leak raises serious questions about the condition of the Land Pavilion. And there you can see it right there. That's Epcot. Nuts, man. Not good. Not good at all.
Everything is garbage.
No.
Disney's been having a rough go of it, like I said, and a lot of this is self-inflicted. They're cutting costs, cutting corners. They're just, I don't know who the hell their new Imagineers and designers are, but they're doing a craptastic job all the way around. There's always something going on, always something in the news. And yeah, like that other story I just covered, nobody can freaking afford it. So you're cutting corners, cutting costs, taking away quality. The park is arguably more dangerous than ever before from the sounds of it. And even things like the sewage leak might not necessarily be dangerous, like directly, but it freaking reeks and makes your park literally look and smell like crap. Like, you don't hear about this stuff coming out of Universal. That's all I'm going to say. There are 2 Disney parks in America and 2 Universal parks in America. And the Universal parks are very large, and they're getting bigger. You don't hear about this. I'm not a shill for Universal by any means, but damn, like I said, I want to go to Disney World. I want to go to Disneyland. I want to enjoy myself. I want to be able to afford it. I want to not go into bankruptcy by taking my family on a week-long vacation there. But it looks like that's not going to happen. And then when you're there spending tons and tons of money and tons of time, you have to worry about crap like this.
Let's throw it in the trash.
Let me know down in the comment section what you think about all this. Join in the discussion down below. I'd love to hear from you. And if you've had any recent experiences with going to Disney or Universal and what that was like for you and your loved ones. Also, if you want to read more of these articles, you want to read them in full because there's more that I didn't cover. They're linked down in the video description. And also, if you could please share the video around to everybody you know, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the notification bell. That would be super cool and awesome of you. And I love you all. My name is Troy for Marks on Media, and I'll catch you next time.
Oh, Disney World! Disney World! Disney World! Oh.